Hi, this is Professor Chew, and welcome to Classical World in Film. This is an online course at Rutgers University in which we will be studying the ancient Mediterranean world of the ancient Greeks and Romans by reading ancient literature in translation, and also by seeing films from the 20th and 21st centuries. Many of these films are classics in the history of film, and what we'll be doing here is both to explore how the ancient world has been represented in film, and also to think a lot about the connections between these contemporary or sometimes a little less than contemporary films and very ancient literature, to see what kind of connections we can make between the ancient world and our world today. So this is a completely online class. In other words, everything you do will be on or through your computer. You will not actually meet me, though I really encourage you to communicate with me as much as possible via email, also via chat on the Sakai site. Really, whenever you have questions, no matter how large or small, to stay in touch, especially if it's about an assignment or a due date. Not only is no question there was no stupid question, there was also no question too small, especially in this situation. Since you won't be seeing me in person, we really need to stay in communication. That's vital. Please keep that in mind throughout the class. There are a couple of textbooks you'll need for this class. For instance, we're going to be reading Homer, selections from his Odyssey and Iliad. We're going to be reading a bunch of Greek plays, the Aristeia by Aeschylus, and also some plays by the ancient tragedian Euripides, and a couple other ancient works of literature too. All of these are available in the campus bookstore. They may also be purchased online. And also we will be reading a number of ancient Greek and Roman texts in translation. Those will be available online, and also some articles about film studies and film. Just a word about the books. Even though they are available in the bookstore, you can purchase them online. That's always an option. Just keep in mind we have homework assignments due starting this week. Secondly, these books are all translations of ancient Greek texts, and there are other translations available of all of these works of literature. Many of them are available right on the internet for free. You may use those, but please keep in mind, I've chosen these translations because they are accessible to the contemporary reader. The books all have excellent introductions and glossaries and notes that can help you understand the ancient literature. They are not that expensive. They're all paperback. Some of them are also, I think, available in ebook versions if you'd like to look for those. And while it is certainly all right to use an online version of, Homer or Euripides or any of these works of literature, that means you will be responsible to find the text, to figure out what parts of the text you need to read, etc. Again, I really encourage you to buy the books. As textbooks go, these are not expensive, and you can rent them. And if you don't want to rent them, there will be great additions to your library. I promise. Another word. Okay. Let's, also the videos, the movies themselves. I have put most of the movies on reserve in the Media Center in Douglas College Library. Some of the movies were not available in the library, so I have found online versions of them. It is up to you to watch the movies in their entirety as much as possible. Certainly some of the movies are available in part on YouTube, not always because of copyright restrictions. I gather there are other ways to watch movies online that sometimes get around these copyright restrictions, so it's up to you how you watch the movies. You need to watch them. We will have a quiz every week about the movies, and you will absolutely need to have a thorough knowledge of each of the movies. Obviously, since I am not, this is an online class, and I'm not actually even in New Jersey. I actually live in California. Yes, I live in California. Side note, I live in California, but until just over a year ago, I lived in New Jersey. And I taught for 8.5 years at St. Peter's University. I was an associate professor of classics. Had a great time there. I really miss St. Peter's, miss New Jersey City, and miss New Jersey. My husband is a Jersey guy. He went to Rutgers as both an undergrad and a graduate, and he's actually a professor at Fordham University. So a lot of East Coast connections still. How I ended up in California, I'm actually from California originally. I'm from Oakland. Will be divulged over the course of this semester. Anyways, back to business. So I mentioned something about quizzes that you'll have to take. Let's talk a little bit about the requirements for the course. Since this is an online class, again, all the work will be done online. So, every week you'll have a film that you'll need to watch, and there will be readings that you need to do in all ancient literature. Many of it will be plays, poetry. Some of it will be prose, it will be history. You also need, of course, to watch the video as you're doing that I make about the movies and the texts. Those will probably be around no more than 15 to 20 minutes. I will try to keep it as short as possible. I will also try to upload some lecture notes. In case I make a point, certainly you can watch the videos again, but I think the notes can be helpful. And let's talk about, though, what you have to do with all that material to show me that you've watched the movies, thought about them, read all this great literature you're going to read. Okay, so for this class, we have to take quizzes. We also have to write some short essays and participate in discussion forums. And that is, those top two items are basically your weekly online activities. So, in other words, there will be a quiz every week on the movie that we are studying that week. And the quiz will be available to take from Wednesday through Thursday. So you've got a big, big window to take that quiz in. The quiz itself should not take more than about 20 minutes. It will be a short answer quiz. And it will be based entirely on the movie. So that you'll have, again, from Wednesday through Thursday to take that quiz. Now, you'll also, two other things you have to do are what it says here, short essays and forums. The short essays are really short. I'm talking about a 2-page essay that you will have to write on a question that I give you in the assignment section of this website. That will be due on Thursday. For this week only, because it's a short week, the quiz is actually, the short essay will be due on Friday, but generally they will be due on Thursday. On Friday, what you'll have to do is to submit an answer to a discussion forum. I have assigned everybody into groups of about 8 or so people. So you and your group are expected to post answers to the topic that I put up in the discussion forum, and also to respond to each other's answers. And the purpose of that is, even though this is an online class and you'll do most of the work probably on your own, I would like you to get to know the other people in the class as much as that is possible. And this week there is a forum, but I recognize, again, it is a short week. We just got back to school. So the forum actually this week is just to introduce yourself to your group. And, okay, so those two, the quizzes and these online activities comprise a part of your grade. In addition, we will have 3 essays, so good old traditional essays. MLA citation, times, Times New Roman, 12 point, all that kind of stuff. Those will be due at different parts in the semester. You should definitely consult this schedule on Sakai. I'm pointing this way because I'm thinking about the layout on the web page. Remember, you need to look at all of the different items on the menu on the web page that have information about this class. And finally, there will also be a final exam. Yes. Now, a word about this final exam. It is in person. Yes, you must come to campus to take the final exam, and there are no exceptions for that. As soon as I know when the final exam will be, I will post the time so you can all make plans accordingly. I know you might say, this is an online class, what do I have to do? The final exam online? Alas, that is a requirement that we have to ask of you. So just please keep that in mind. That is really the only time that you need to show up in person for this class, though. So I hope that can be worked out. The final exam, too, this is all on the syllabus, which is, again, you can access via the menu on the left of the webpage. The final exam is worth 15% of your grade. The 3 essays are worth 40%. The online activities, so the short essays and the form, that's worth 30%, and then the quizzes are worth 15%. And again, let me know if you have any questions about this. And one thing you should keep in mind, because this is an online class, you can work ahead. Just because the essay's due on Thursday doesn't mean you have to turn it in. You can watch the movie, redo the readings, and have everything done by Monday. Or maybe not. Maybe you like to do things at the last minute. Whichever works well for you, it's fine with me. I just want you to turn everything in on time, because when it's due, it's due. Also keep in mind, I am slowly adding the assignments for the entire semester, all the short essays you have to write, etc. So if you really want to get ahead and see all the movies in advance, do all the reading in advance, write all the essays in advance, so you're, after you get back from spring break, you can just relax and study for your other classes. You're welcome to do that. That one thing about this class is it's really meant for you to work at your own pace. The quizzes, of course, you have to do at certain times, and the essays are due, the 3 bigger essays are due when they are due. But again, if you want to get ahead and start writing essay 1 and essay 2 now, that's fine with me. Get in touch with me and let me know. I'm happy to read essays and drafts and things like that. And, just so you know, I have taught in the past, I've actually taught for over 20 years at colleges and universities in the Northeast and in the Midwest, and I've taught ancient Greek and Latin, classics, and also writing. So I'm happy to work with you on your writing if that's something that you'd like to work on. Let me know. I have to emphasize here, as it says in the syllabus too, that the deadline policies for this class are final and non-negotiable because it is an online class. Again, you can work at your own pace, which can be great. If you write papers really well and answer forum questions great at 3 a.m. in the morning, go for it. That works. However, you just need to turn things in on time by the due dates that are indicated. And also, I have to say a word about academic honesty. Plagiarism is the stealing, purchasing, or copying of someone else's ideas or writing or other original work and using them as your own. It is considered academic dishonesty and will not be tolerated. All instances will be reported to the academic dean. Students who cheat or submit plagiarized work are liable to receive a failing grade for the assignment or even the course at the discretion of the instructor. Now, again, so I have to tell you here, all the quizzes and the exam for any online class are to be taken without any study aids whatsoever. This includes your textbook notes, input from other students, or the internet, in our case, the movie. You are expected to take these quizzes under quiz conditions. If you don't, as we teachers always like to say, it hurts you more than it hurts me. I recognize this is an online class. I'm not there to look over your shoulder, etc. So obviously, this is, in a lot of ways, up to you. But I hope you'll make the right decision because you really will get a lot more out of the class by taking the quizzes and tests and doing the work on your own. Finally, if you have a documentable disability, any struggles with anything, or learning disabilities, ADHD, anything that you might perhaps need some extra time to take the quizzes on, etc., please get in touch with me as soon as possible. And we can work on some accommodations for you. And also, if you are a university athlete, please also let me know within the first week of class. So again, I am Professor Chew. I'm really looking forward to this class. I've taught it before, and it really is a lot of fun. Some of these movies are old, from the early 20th century. Some of them are very contemporary, and all of them are worth a good look, especially when you're reading them with the ancient literature they were based on. So thank you very much. Please get in touch with me, and I will see you on Sakai soon.